My day didn't used to begin with the sound of birds chirping or even an alarm clock. Instead, it always began with a jolt of dread, a single cold bolt of lightning that struck the moment my consciousness returned, even before I opened my eyes. In that hazy space between sleep and wakefulness, where you're supposed to have some sort of positive intention for the day, or say a little good morning sunshine, wake up prayer, or just to feel the presence that we each are God, love, stillness, being. Nope, not me. The jury was already in session. Its verdict, delivered on a loop, was a triple life sentence. You are not good enough. You don't have what they have. And you don't have the faith in yourself to change it. Okay, if this is somewhat relatable, keep listening because you're going to discover a tool for rewiring this nightmare of a wake-up call. And if you want to listen to it now, you could just jump to about the 6-minute and 40-second marker on this video. I would lie there, paralyzed, my heart hammering against my ribs, already defeated by a day that hadn't even started. I believed those thoughts were the unvarnished truth. I believed I was broken, and the dawn was just my daily reminder. Until one day, in the midst of that familiar internal storm, a crack of light appeared. It wasn't a new thought. It was a new position. A quiet part of me, one I'd never met, simply noticed the dread. It observed the hammering heart, the tightness in my gut, the catastrophic script, and stated a simple, revolutionary fact. I am the one listening to this. Because in that moment, I wasn't just the dread. I was also the awareness of hearing it. That was the fracture in my prison wall. That was the beginning. This is a story on how I used that single tool, awareness, not just to silence the morning committee, the jury, the executioners, but to dismantle it. I discovered this wasn't mystical hope. It was biological fact. The act of aware observation is the very mechanism that physically rewires your brain. Your neuroplasticity, freeing you from the inside out. The thoughts weren't the truth. They were just a well-worn path. And in a moment, you're going to learn how to build a new one. The origin and the mechanism. This voice wasn't a random curse. It was a logical, if brutal, program my brain had written to survive. The core code was installed young, listening to parents scream at each other to try to get their points across. Yet they were each in so much emotional pain, they couldn't recognize the emotional pain the other was dealing with. So the feeling of witnessing this was utter powerlessness. So the child's brain devised a strategy. Be perfect, be good, be small, hide. Maybe then the world will be safe. Then, my 4th grade teacher labeled me as an underachiever. But that label wasn't about schoolwork. It was proof my survival strategy had failed. I was not good enough to earn safety. The problem wasn't the world's chaos. It was me. This belief became the cornerstone of my mind's fortress. A brilliant, heartbreaking solution to explain the pain. For decades, this program ran unchallenged. Every morning, my brain, awashed in the natural cortisol spike that primes us for the day, would default to this deepest, most familiar pathway. Then I discovered the power of the subconscious mind and neuroplasticity, the scientific fact that your brain is not a fixed machine, but a living forest. That the path of I am not good enough wasn't a concrete highway. It was a trail worn deep by decades of my own fearful footsteps. Awareness was the first step off that path. By seeing the program's origin, I was no longer blindly running it. I was firing a new neural circuit, the conscious observer. Now, it doesn't mean that I didn't have that same feeling arise from time to time, if not morning after morning, but nowhere near the power. I had found the mechanism for change. And this is not necessarily special. In fact, this is very, very natural. The natural way our minds respond to ideas and how our bodies show the evidence of this, positively or negatively. The daily neuroplasticity protocol. This 3-step protocol is a direct workout for your brain's neuroplasticity. You're not just calming down, you're physically rewiring. This is your 60-second ritual to reprogram your wake-up call. Step 1, the anchor. Prune the old pathway. The action. The moment you notice the dread, move your attention from your mind to your body. Place your hand flat over your heart. Feel the warmth, the steady beat. Feel your fingers, feel your palms, feel your chest, feel your skin, feel whatever. The dread is a strong neural circuit. By shifting focus from the emotional thought to this physical anchor, you're starving the old circuit of activation. You initiate synaptic pruning, weakening the connection you're not using. This grounds you and signals safety to your nervous system. So feel your hand. You're focusing on the tingling of your fingers, your palm, whatever. Feel your chest. See, this is pruning the old pathway. Step number 2, deconstruct the voice. Build top-down control. The action. Now, study the voice thought as a scientist. Ask, where is it located in my mind? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Where do you notice it in your mind? Is it in the front? Is it in the back? Is it in the left and the right? What does it sound like? Old man? Little kid? Beep, 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 whatever. Goofy voice? What does it feel like? Now, consciously alter it. I want you to imagine you're pulling it out of your head and it's just floating right in front of your head, maybe like a foot away. That's right. And just let it shrink and slide into the corner of the room over there. Just let it float into the corner. It's laying on the ground over there, just like a scrap of paper. That's it. Out of your mind, on the ground over there. And just let its texture become like a little bubble, like a little soap bubble, and then pop it. There you go. Now the science and why. See, this is forcing your conscious prefrontal cortex to analyze your emotional limbic system, your amygdala. Right now, as you're imagining that voice and popping it out of your head and putting it on the ground over there, and it's just like turns into a bubble and you pop it, this is a physical basis of self-regulation as you're doing this, giving you manual control over an automatic alarm. See, it's like once you see it differently, it changes how you think about it in the future. You might have to do this a couple times, but so what? This is easy. All right, step number 3. Install the new code. Wire the new circuit. The action. Okay, the space you've created is now clean. So fill it with conscious command. In your own calm, internal voice, state a simple present tense fact. I decide. I decide. I'm capable of handling this moment. The science and why. You are now activating a new network. The calm from the anchor, the control from the deconstruction, and this new thought now fire together. This triggers Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together wire together. You are physically welding this new calm thought into a resilient neural circuit. This is how you move from passenger to pilot. You're becoming the groundskeeper of your mind, pruning the weeds of fear and planting the seeds of calm. This is not a technique. This is about a new way of being. The goal is never to hear the old whisper again. The goal is for your first conscious thought to be the awareness that hears it, not the identification that becomes it. You are in the driver's seat. Awareness is your hands on the wheel. Neuroplasticity is the engine. And every single morning you get to choose the direction you will travel. The old script was just a recording. You are the one who can press stop. You are the one who can record over it. The dawn is no longer your judge. It is your blank slate. Now go, write your day.